Watch that cord.
You watch that cord.
Don't want to unplug anything. Keep your computer safer and cleaner with a scan.
Scan this.
Maybe later. Probably not. Probably not going to run it later. Let's be real. Do you ever do that? Do you ever run
No.
the thing, or do you wait until finally your computer/device just explodes itself to force you to finally update it?
Yeah, I basically wait until it forces me. Which normally ends up me being mad for a day. Because it probably screwed up something I was working on. Yeah.
Even though you've had multiple opportunities.
It's been warning me for weeks to take care of it. And I'm somehow still mad at it for not just like fixing itself when I don't need it.
Classic. It's a classic struggle of the consumer.
Mm-hmm.
You know what you never have to worry about?
What?
Manually updating?
What?
Because it automatically updates in the background with you not needing to do anything for it to happen. A nice, refreshing bowl of SMSoup! You like how we got there?
I'm not sure if I'd say you never need to worry about it.
You never need to worry about it. You have to worry about the timeliness.
That's true.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to SMSoup, the #1 podcast with soup in the name, but not on the brain. Kind of a dumb tagline because we normally bring it back to soup at some point.
Correct.
Which means it's very much front of mind.
Yes.
I'm Spencer.
I'm Shelby.
And Shelby, what are we here to do?
We're here to ask the important questions.
We're here to take people on a journey.
Oh, shit. Where we ask the important questions. Including but not limited to. Waiter, how is the soup made?
Like that alone suggests that soup is very much on the brain.
Yeah, but we don't talk about it ever except when we try to bring it back.
It's also not catchy.
Nope.
To do anything else, so.
Correct.
Not on the brain.
We
could be the #1 podcast with soup in the name and soup on the brain, but we just know that's not true.
Yeah, definitely not.
Because Martha Stewart probably has some bullshit. It probably started right when we started SMSoup, just like freaking Michelle Obama's podcast with What's Happening. Oh, brother. Shelby, how are you?
I'm actually good. I know. That's the most confident I've been able to answer that question in a really long time.
Actually good.
Actually good. Surprisingly. Shockingly. Doing good? Grogu's about to start crying.
Yeah, he is not doing good.
Yeah, I'm trying to think okay. It's been
1 week.
months.
Oh.
Nice try. Months of, quite frankly, like nonstop everything. And I feel like we're out of it. Well, we are out of it. And I just finally feel a little bit refreshed. A little bit more like, wow, time is ours again. You know? Not that the past few months haven't been great, but like we haven't had just like, we were lucky if we had a week of nothing. And now it just feels like we're fully back to dictating our own schedules. And it's very exciting. You know? I know. It's been good. How have you been?
I'm all right.
Shit.
I still feel like I'm just so tired.
Really?
From everything.
That's fair.
Mainly existing, but
Right. What's your favorite or best thing that's happened this past week?
The days where we did nothing.
So today?
Yeah, yesterday we didn't really do too much.
It's true, I guess.
Like, I mean, I don't know, Monday through Wednesday, we didn't really do much.
I mean, we've been back into streaming.
Yep.
We went to Sam's Club and turned into 6-year-olds who wanted everything they touched. We played flag football. No, what did we play? Capture the flag. And we're really schooled in our capacity for exercise.
I threw up.
Yep. That is pretty much it. That was our week.
So the days where we did nothing were the best.
I mean, truly doing nothing only was like 2 days this week.
I know.
Because I don't count streaming as doing nothing.
Oh, I do.
Because to me, that's my whole night.
Yeah. You asked me what my favorite thing was.
Yeah, and you didn't. You said days we did nothing.
And so
you're counting streaming as doing nothing.
I would, because I'm playing video games,
Okay.
which I would have done
anyway,
regardless.
Gotcha. I hear you.
That's the beauty of the capacity to which I stream.
Mm-hmm.
Is that, like, regardless of the actual outcome, right?
Right.
Well, I mean, who wouldn't love to be able to make money getting other people to watch them do something that they already would be doing to begin with, right?
Fair point.
So who wouldn't love that, right? Obviously, I would love that. I would love if I could bring in the big bucks, right? Be a content creator. Mm-hmm. However, I understand that there's a lot of work that needs to go into that. And at the end of the day, I'm probably just never going to be willing to put in that level of effort for the fact that even then, if you put in the effort, there's still no guarantees.
Right.
With all that said, the beauty of just streaming is that sometimes you get some people to talk. At the very least, you have a couple of friends show up who will chat to you for 2 to 3 hours, and it's a weird system where you read what they're saying back to them and then answer the question.
Yep.
But I'm just doing something that I would have already been doing.
It weirdly has been a great way to stay in touch with some of our friends.
Yeah, certain people, and then other people refuse.
Which, I mean, that's fine. However they want to spend their time.
But then they'll whine and bitch about how...
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, you're not wrong, but also, at least once a week, there's a guaranteed time slot.
You know where to find me.
Where you know where to find me.
Yeah. No, I get that.
I've actually... I know I've talked to you about this. I've never actually, like, I don't think I said it, like, in anything that we've ever recorded. I've often thought about doing, like, silent streams.
Yes, you have talked to me about this.
Where I literally just stream whatever it is that I'm playing. And that's it. Like... I do not commentate or anything. Like, you don't hear me. You don't see me. You literally just see the gameplay.
I'll be honest. I like the idea, but also I almost have to laugh, and I feel like that's our streams about 45% of the time anyway.
What?
Is basically silent because we're both just like...
Oh, and because nobody's in the stream.
Right. But I hear you.
It's different.
It is different.
It's totally
different. Absolutely different. But it's just really funny. Because again, in theory, we kind of skim that line sometimes anyway. Especially if we're playing a co-op. If we're playing a co-op, I don't have the capacity to read the chat and play. So normally it's a lot more quiet.
Mm-hmm. I mean, literally the concept is just like more so for like a single player game type experience.
You're truly just watching it.
Story driven.
Yeah.
Narrative. Yeah. And
yeah, I get that.
You know, like you're just watching it.
Yeah.
You're getting the story.
It's
without needing to hear somebody else
talking over it. Yeah, and filling time. Yeah. That would be how I would pretty much partake in take in any video game. When I just watch you play it.
Yeah. I don't know where I was going with that, but
just a thought.
That's literally me doing the bare minimum. Like, I am, because, when we stream, it's like we have to pick a game that works for the medium.
Yeah.
In such a way that if somebody like pops in, you don't completely break one aspect over the other. I don't know.
It's a different market going after silent streaming.
Right.
Is what you're saying. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
And the beauty of it is I can just hit the stream button on my PlayStation and it would just be doing it.
Right. Remember when we didn't live together and you would stream what you were playing just for me.
Mm-hmm.
You were playing The Witcher then, weren't you? Or Gwent?
It's probably Witcher.
Yeah. Good times.
Good times.
Good times when you had not the internet to do that. And so you'd just be texting me going, is it coming through? And I'd be like, it's kind of breaking up.
And then I was like, we're breaking up. So you said we didn't really have a fleshed out idea or plan for this episode. And you said that, like, when you asked me, like, do you have anything? Mm-hmm. And my typical response was no. Mm-hmm. And you were like, okay, well, let me look to see what I have. And then you said, I have something that we can rant about.
Yeah.
And basically get upset about, I'm assuming.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm really looking forward to it.
Did you not hear my follow-up to that? Where I said, we can't do that?
Mm-hmm.
Because
But then you still found something else.
Oh, yeah.
That also, I'm assuming, checks those boxes.
It checks most of them. It's not as... Well, that's not a correct statement. Do you want to hear what we were gonna rant about?
Yeah, let's do it.
Just because you'll love the title and, like, I needed to... Yeah, whatever. The first... I have tried really hard to just, like... We talk about this. Keep a note of ideas. And lately, No, I mean, I'm also really bad at it, but we constantly, every like few weeks, we're like, we try our best to like, burr, burr, burr. And my pretty much main source of entertainment is TikTok because, of course, and I'm trying to get really good about like making a note when someone says something or something like that I can do more research on or refer back to and
do
all
your
of that.
own research.
And so I saved a few. And then I was going to try and go off one of those. And of course it didn't work. But I want to also get better at, because I constantly say like, I saw this on TikTok. I really want to get better at like saying who I saw it from. Because, you know, some of these pages literally like grow by being like information pages. So not all of them, but some of them. So I'm just trying to like be better about it. So the original TikTok I wanted to like dive into further was this person saying like, oh my God, I just found this opinion article from, oh my God, what is the UK one? Is it like the Tribune or something? 1 second. I already had my stuff pulled up for the
new thing.
The new thing, so I don't have this. Okay. It's from the Telegraph. And the creator was Rhea Michelle, or they're at Rhea Michelle W. And the opinion piece, I do want to highly emphasize this is an opinion piece by Tyler Jones, posted June 19th of 2023. Should child-free travelers be banned from going on holiday in the middle of summer? And I did watch the TikTok. It's very funny. They basically were like, do you want to laugh out loud at this article? Because that's what I'm about to do. And they basically were suggesting, or like, again, I couldn't read the whole article because I had to pay to read it. And so I was solely going off of this TikTok, which as soon as you read the title, you know you're going to feel one way or another about it. But this person is basically suggesting, just going to say, I know you want to go off already for 1 second. This person is suggesting that, like, listen, families only have select time to go on holiday, generally because of, I'm assuming they're using school as the time frame of when you obviously can't. And so should child-free, like, to make traveling easier, and that way, like, it's not, I don't know what they're claiming, that it's not so full, that, like, you're not having to, like, fight booking prices, that this and that, or they're just, like, maybe they feel like they're judged when they're traveling with children, so, like, maybe just, like, separate completely, and, like, child-free people travel this time, child families travel at this time. I don't know what their real goal is. I think they're just proposing the idea, which of course I do think is absolutely insane as an idea, that like child-free people should be quote unquote banned from traveling at certain times. It's like pick and choose what works for you. If you want an adult only thing, places exist that do that. If you don't care, travel wherever you want to travel. If you're a family, travel to family friendly things. Like, I don't know how it's any more complicated than that. But yeah, that was the article I was trying to react to that we definitely would have gone off about, but I didn't get the chance to read all of it. And I don't want to react just off that.
You said that, like, obviously, like, the title is going to make you feel like one way or the other immediately.
Yeah.
I just don't, like, anybody who doesn't have children should hear that article title and go, fuck you. And then about 50 to 75% of people with children, I hope, are also intelligent to go, fuck you. Like, where do you get, like, I don't understand. Like, I do not fucking get. You only matter if you are white, if you are heteronormative, if you and if you have a child, and if you're married, and these are all things these are the only things that matter. So let's figure out ways that if you don't fall into any of these buckets, you are now restricted somehow within your life. That is anything and everything that is constantly fucking brought up. And it's always goddamn opinion pieces that you just know reek of, like, there's no way this is like a 50-50 type thing. And it is so incredibly frustrating.
Yeah.
And that sentiment, like, I know we shouldn't just base it off of the title. We didn't read the whole thing. First question that comes to mind is, you kind of brought it up, like, okay, childless people aren't allowed to travel during the summer. Does that mean that those with children can only travel during the summer?
Right.
Because if your answer to that is no, fuck you. How can you suggest that then? Like, literally, it's just dripping with, like, fucking privilege. Because, I popped out a kid and contributed to the overpopulation problem. Let me have preferential treatment. Fuck you.
It also just screamed, which the creator said this, like, immediately in the video. They were like, is this supposed to be clickbait? Like, is it just supposed... It's like...
Literally, though,
it's
like not.
That.
It's not clickbait. There are people who genuinely believe that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how many weeks ago it was at this point, but somebody was like... somebody said something about how, like, the birthing rate's down or something like that, and it's such a travesty, and young people don't want to have kids anymore. Nobody wants to work anymore. And fucking Elon Musk said that, like, it's terrible the way this country's moving forward. We should really consider that only those who have had children should be allowed to vote. What is it called when somebody tries to overly restrict the voting pool? By putting in restrictions based on something that somebody has or hasn't done. You know what? I think the voting class should only be people who believe that Christ is our one true Lord and Savior. Why not? Why not? What issues could that bring up? Like, fucking think. So, again, while we haven't read the whole article, that shit pisses me off.
I mean, from the gist of what I watched from the TikTok video, we won't have liked the article.
Because it's no different. It's literally no different than saying that, like, have you guys ever noticed that so many people travel during the summer? What if, like, and I'm just throwing this out there, like, just as a way to try and curb the over travel of everybody, what if only white people could travel during the summer? That's literally, like, it's not that intense, obviously, but, like, it's the path you're heading down of just, like, well, because I fall into this one thing and I feel I'm inconvenienced by this group of people that do not share the same makeup as me in terms of life and social status. Let me figure out what our main difference is and restrict them because they didn't make the mistake of having a child. So what are we actually going to get mad about?
So what we're actually going to get mad about, I think this leads into a lot of points, and it's somewhat of a multi-level leading question. How would you rate Margot Robbie on a scale of 1 to 10? Is it Robbie or Robbie?
I don't know. Yeah, this is a fucking thing that happened as well recently that I saw online. Somebody said...
The answer was you shouldn't. You should base it on her character, like as a human. a bit of a false leading question. Because in theory, sick of rating people.
Okay, so I thought it was like, how attractive is she?
Yeah, that obviously was the leading question I asked you.
So like, how attractive is she?
Yeah.
On a scale from 1 to 10. I don't care. I really don't care what your answer is, right?
Right.
Your answer can be whatever. She is conventionally beautiful.
Yes. Based off Western world, U.S. society
just
beauty.
Societal norms.
Yes.
As of right now. That being said, I am totally fine if somebody says, she's not my type.
Yeah.
But I also think that, like, as humans, I can see somebody and be like, she's not my type, or he's not my type, and be like, but that is still a gorgeous person. Yeah. That person is still conventionally beautiful in all of the ways, but there's this one thing that doesn't get my dick hard.
Also, here's my question. When you don't find someone attractive, do you take to Twitter and let everyone know?
Yeah, that was the thing. That was the post, right? Somebody posted 2 pictures of her, and they were like, I cannot believe how stunning and gorgeous this woman is. She's so amazing. Somebody took that and said, but if you take a picture of her where you've removed all the makeup, she is mid at best.
So
she is not. You can remove all the makeup all you want. She is still a conventionally very attractive person.
So this is what we're talking about. Because I saw this from Your Tango on TikTok, that they basically, a bunch of predominantly men, if not all I saw were men doing it, went to Twitter and basically were like mad about the Barbie movie for the sole fact that, quote, Margot Robbie's mid was the big thing. Everyone was just calling her mid. And 2, saying she was too old to be Barbie. Those were the 2 things, which immediately the top comment was like, Ryan Gosling is, which I have like, no, I don't give a shit. Like, I don't give a shit. I'm like excited to see the movie. I have no opinions right now on like, oh, this person should or shouldn't have been. Like, I just don't. But isn't Ryan Gosling like in his like 40s?
I would guess. I have no idea.
But it's
technically,
like I'm just.
She's what, 30?
Yeah.
How old is she?
I think she's in her 30s. Let me confirm that. But everyone's like, wait, why is no one upset?
Also, like, how old is Barbie? Like, when
she's 33 years old.
Barbie is, or Margot?
Margot.
Like when you're picturing Barbie, how old is Barbie? So, I'm gonna say late 20s, early 30s. She's a working woman.
Yes.
She has all these different jobs that she can do. You know, maybe if you had the college Barbie, okay, that pigeonholes her into the 18 to 22 range. Right. But like any Barbie that's in the working class is at least 23.
Yes.
Unless she didn't need a degree because she's a savant. And in today's society, that's not true. And
yeah.
So, and also, like, people always, like, role play their Barbies with, like, children and stuff. Yes. What fucking 21-year-old has multiple children and a fucking job?
Correct.
0.
Exactly.
0. They just have massive debt.
Yeah. You're basically making every point that was on the internet. That was, like, in theory, Barbie can be any age, in theory.
Right.
But if you are going off the whole, like, she's had a million different careers, yeah, she'd be in her 30s.
Also,
or I should say established careers.
Based
on our general structure of career growth.
I don't want to say this and have it, like, ironically be that she's actually in it. So give me 1 second to, like, look this up. But, like, I to look at, like, I'm gonna spoil the Barbie movie for myself because I'm gonna look at the cast and that's gonna upset me because I'm sure there's some banger. Okay, I feel like she's not in it. So Lisa Kudrow, who played Phoebe in Friends, if somebody made a movie about Barbie who's just tired and like towards the end of her like
is living
fame
a
and
comfy,
everything and is just like trying to get out of the limelight.
Yeah.
You know who'd be perfect for that?
Yeah.
Lisa Kudrow.
Yeah.
Right? Because she's a little older,
yeah,
but she still is, she's very pretty. She's like perfect Barbie in a lot of ways. And it's just like, that'd be great, right? It doesn't matter. Like, it could be at any point. Like, who fucking cares?
Correct.
Who fucking cares?
Correct.
Who do you want? Okay, you fucking brainiacs who know the age of every single woman ever. Like, who should be Barbie then? Sydney Sweeney? Great. Let's put her in another thing. That's what we need. Like, it's just. So fucking annoying. And
annoying.
it's this shit is just all that Twitter is anymore. It's just some dumb fucking twat edgelord posting some dumb shit because they know it'll get engagement.
Yep.
And there's nothing dumber that you can say than Margot Robbie is mid. Like, the people saying it get no pussy whatsoever. Like, none whatsoever. They are incels who think they are alphas, and they have never and probably will never fuck a woman. They're lucky if they touch one with one's consent in their lifetime. Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. And that is just all that Twitter is. And fuck everybody who dogpiles on these people, because while it's funny to like make fun of them and laugh and say, you're a fucking idiot, you're going nowhere in life, and that's great, like, you're boosting them.
Yeah.
And you're getting other people to dunk on them. But after a while, the other trolls are going to come out of the woodwork to agree with this person, or they'll see what got you riled up and they'll post the next thing. Women shouldn't be in video games. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Like shit like that. It's just tired and constant and all that people fucking talk about.
Yes.
So annoying.
Yeah. So obviously it's just it's fucking stupid, as you've literally said. Like, there's just I don't know why this is like a debate. Like, it's not a debate. Why this is like an opinion. I don't grasp needing to go really. I don't grasp needing to publicize your thoughts on someone's appearance. Like, I just don't. I physically cannot wrap my brain around it.
I'm totally fine if you want to publicly say this person's beautiful. Like,
I don't. Oh yeah,
you know what I mean. Like
what is the need to be like? What, like, I just don't. I can't fathom. Like, if we were in public, like, take away the social media aspect, because social media aspect makes it even crazier to me that you just like want to like yell it to the world like a megaphone. If we were in public,
well, they're keyboard warriors. That's why
I know
they're saying these. Like, I agree with you. Like you would never say something negative about somebody's appearance in public, but I see nothing wrong with saying something positive about somebody's appearance. You look great today.
Right.
Like, holy shit, isn't this person stunning? Like stuff like that. Like, in the town hall of life would be totally fine. You would never say that person's mid out loud to everybody who's within earshot. But online, that's it. It's constant. It's always, you can post negative stuff all you want because nobody is there to hold you accountable or punch you in the face.
Right. Yeah, I just don't get. It's as simple as that for me. I just don't get it, because not to be like literally a third grader, like, if you don't have anything nice to say,
don't say anything.
Don't fucking say it. Like, what? How? I know asking this question is asking for like, I just wouldn't care. You would fucking be mad if someone like literally walked up to you and was like, you look like shit today.
The people who are saying it,
and it's not your best friend who's being an asshole.
Margot Robbie interacted with them in public, they would come in their fucking pants. Like, because no girl who's even remotely on her level has ever interacted with them. So like, for them to be able to go online and think that they can like neg her and like that's how they're gonna win her and like, you know, be her knight or something is like fucking insane to me.
Yeah, I don't get it from the get-go. And then it's just like, it's so, because of course this caused basically like a Twitter battle between like, basically at the end going like, this is just like absolutely ridiculous, like levels of misogyny and all of that, which it is. And it's so ridiculous that, I mean, it really goes to prove that, which we've already basically known this if you've ever breathed air, but like, no one's off limits. Like, you can even be the most conventionally beautiful person, and yet someone out there is just like needing to like be mad that you're not hot enough for them.
Everybody is entitled to their own opinion and preferences.
It's the publicizing of it.
Well, but like, even if like, it doesn't bother me if you're like, it's just the fact of like trying to
tear someone down.
Down just to tear somebody down.
Yes.
That's it. Like,
yeah.
I'm totally fine if somebody can look at somebody else and be like, I don't really like that about them.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's totally fine.
Again, as long as you're not like walking up to them and telling them that.
You can't possibly sit there and say, and I just don't understand why anybody else finds them attractive.
Yes.
Like, because everybody has preferences and stuff like that. And like, it's just fucking insane.
It is insane. But I'm just like, really, I sit here and like, it's almost sad to say, I'm just like, how are we still so stuck on appearances in 2023? Like, I don't get it. Like, I can't, I hate to keep saying I can't wrap my brain around it, but I don't get it. Like,
it's so funny. Like, for like, again, I can't remember if this is the person or not, if this is just somebody else who felt the need to comment on somebody's appearance, but the dude, like, he looked like a thumb. Like he was not attractive in any way whatsoever. And there are people out there who probably would find him attractive.
Yeah.
But like, conventionally, I would say he was not attractive. And like, to sit there and have the like feeling that you should with your full chest again say something like, and I, you know, maybe some of the other people who decided to dogpile on were you know, like, oh, she's mid because she's in everything, you know, and constantly is like she's like the new Megan Fox in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But like, that doesn't change the fact that like, yeah, people were obsessed with Megan Fox, but guess what? She is attractive. Like, people are obsessed with Margot Robbie. It's because she's attractive. Like, just because she then gets put in everything doesn't take away the fact that she's still attractive.
Also, she's clearly like successful and good at what she does.
Right.
Like, she clearly has talent, or like the movies she's in wouldn't be as successful.
I can't think of anybody else who is like such a perfect poll for Harley Quinn and Barbie. That is insane to me.
It's also been, I see a bunch of posts about it. Like, she's been like which a lot of people do this when like big movies are coming out, but she's been leaning into the Barbie thing so hard, like outside of like, because of course everything she does right now is basically a Barbie promotion. But like, they were comparing, like, she's basically been dressing as a Barbie like 2 premieres, and like, that's fun. Like, that's like getting, like, you've played a character basically everyone recognizes. That's a huge deal. It's a lot. And like, I hope obviously she like had fun doing it, and that's just like really fun to be playing into it, like to that extent, which again, I know it's all a promo for the movie, but like, who cares? Like, hopefully you're having fun like doing it, you know.
There's always going to be people who feel the need to put down somebody else. There's always somebody there to yuck somebody else's yum.
Yeah.
And it's just always crazy to me because, again, everybody's allowed to have their own opinions, but when like 90% of the world agrees on one thing, I don't understand feeling the need to like try to be as loud as possible about your opposition to whatever that thing is. Literally anything.
Yeah.
Literally anything.
Yeah.
This isn't even just people's attractiveness.
Yeah.
This is like,
it's Nickelback.
It's pizza, right? I don't know too many people who literally have like a strong negative feeling towards pizza because it's just pizza.
Right.
So it would be like that, like feeling the need to be like, you know what enough people don't talk about? The fact that I don't like pizza. It's just like, okay, well, guess what? Society does. So shut up. Like, who cares?
Yeah. But I think the whole thing, I mean, kind of on that, which this can be taken like a bunch of different ways. I pulled up like the specific, which there's a bunch of articles on this, but I pulled up a specific Yahoo article about this Twitter argument. And obviously a bunch of stupid, both positive and stupid comments in the comment section. But a bunch of people were mad that this was an article at all, because basically they're like, this is news these days, like very cool, like basic.
Well, there probably wasn't like a shooting or anything like that for them to report on, so they figured this was the next best thing.
Like, it is very interesting, which not that I have any like strong feelings on any of this one way or the other. But what used to be, I guess, like publicity news, like People Magazine, stuff like that, is now just news. And I can't in my brain be like, this is when that started happening. But like, obviously it like just basically started happening one day, and like now it's normal. And it is very interesting because I mean, you know, there's a lot of problems with media, but by writing these articles, it continues to feed into the things that annoy us about social media, because by, like you literally said, by commenting and arguing, you're boosting it. By reposting it on a huge platform that people get notified when it's been posted, people see it in ads, people see it in all of this, you're boosting that thing. And that's not to say like, oh, we should silence, like, that's not what I'm saying. But by not talking about it, you're not expanding upon it. Like, you're not growing the interest in it, which like isn't silencing it, because it's just fucking stupid. There's no value to talking about it other than like, cool, glad to know there's still pieces of shit out there. We already knew that, basically. Right. So it is a very interesting take on the levels of social media, which I know like Margot Robbie is above social media, but like anything that happens to social media now is now in the news. Yep. And a lot of people were just mad that it was news at all. Right. And I I get it.
That's where I'm at. That's what I'm at with like this type of stuff. When like people are like, again, it's great to dunk on these people and like point out how dumb they are. But like, stop creating controversy out of something that's not controversial. Yeah. Saying Margot Robbie is mid is not a controversial take, because 90% of people, again, are going to say you're an idiot. Yeah. So don't ignore it. Move on. Don't give the troll any fucking satisfaction. That's constantly what these things are. It's things that a majority of people are not going to agree with. They say something outlandish and then they go, oh, I see, I upset all the leftists with this thing. And it's like, you don't upset leftists. You upset just basic, decent human beings. Right. Like, it's not a matter of political affiliation or anything like that. It's literally like you are saying something that's so uneducated and dumb and stupid that everybody feels the need to, in droves, tell you how dumb you are, which is a problem. And it's just like, just stop. Just like, if it's not actually controversial, like I would love if somebody could fucking tweet that a hot dog is a sandwich and everybody gets into a Twitter battle about that with all their funny little things to say about whether or not a hot dog is a sandwich or not, and then have Yahoo fucking report on that, because that would be funnier and better for society than fucking bringing up this negative ass shit.
Yes. 100%.
And boosting this shit.
Completely not serious, but because you said about sandwiches, someone once told me they eat Oreos using a fork.
And I'll kill them.
I immediately had to put an Instagram poll up, and the amount of DMs I got of going, who the fuck is eating Oreos with a fork? Like, please tell me this is a joke. And I was like, gotta have the people know someone out there is eating Oreo. It's to like dunk it in milk without your fingers getting gross.
And it is kind of smart. Mm-mm. It is. Mm-mm.
Why do you need to fully dunk the Oreo?
You don't. You don't. But here's the thing. You didn't let me finish.
I'm sorry.
It's smart until because you didn't accidentally dip your fingers. You accidentally dip your fingers, and that's the moment of shit.
Yeah.
And then you eat it.
Right.
You don't do that.
You clean your fingers.
Yeah, you don't do that when you have a fork, because you're so clean and neat that the Oreo has now disintegrated since talking about this. And there's nothing on the fork. And now you have to put a new Oreo on there and try and get out chunks of mushy Oreo. So like conceptually, really smart. But there's no way that the execution is better than just dunk up.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I agree, obviously.
Like, it's like one of those moments where it's like, this person could solve a real world problem if they put the energy that they put into figuring out that you can keep your fingers clean by using a fork while eating Oreos, if they put that into something else, because that is a great idea that is terrible, and you could have a great idea that's actually helpful in some way.
I hear you.
Like you almost figured something out here, but you're still dumb as hell for even trying.
Yeah.
My blood pressure's high.
I'm sorry. I did say we were going to get ranty, and I meant it.
There's so many bad takes.
And I don't actually like foresee a world of this, but if all of social media broke tomorrow, unusable, literally all we'd have is basically like you just can text people.
Mm-hmm.
The internet would still exist, so there'd be stupid like comment sections under articles,
Mm-hmm.
and there'd be that. But social media broke. Would it be for the better?
Definitely.
Yeah, I also think so.
Definitely.
I don't think
because
I don't think that's necessary to be better. But
No, we could all just be better.
Right.
But that's asking way too much, clearly. So I only really use Twitter, and ever since Elon Musk took it over, not to get into it all, it's been said 1,000 times, it'll be said a million more. Like, it is, like, objectively, it has gone to shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it is terrible. Like, I do not post anymore because it's futile and makes, like, I'm never going to have any tweet that I send seen unless I buy the blue check and then tweet Margot Robbie's mid. Like, that's the only way I'll get any fucking engagement or anything. And it's just not, whatever. It's just not worth it to like waste the time. But I do scroll because it lets me have my parasocial relationships with certain people.
Right.
And it lets me stay in the know in terms of news stuff.
Yeah.
And that's really the best part about Twitter is like how you can get news all but instantaneous,
mm-hmm.
good, bad, and otherwise. Mm-hmm. And like that's really like the best part of it for me. And like it's where I get like gaming news and stuff like that. And obviously there's tons of different publications online that I follow on Twitter to get them all in one place, that I would just end up having to go to those individual sites, and so be it. But anyway, so like a trillion different, there's Blue Sky, there's Threads now from Instagram or Meta, Facebook.
Which, okay, total honesty, I did make a Threads account.
Okay.
Because Instagram is my most used platform.
Yeah.
For sure. And I was curious. Obviously it's not Twitter. Like, not that I use Twitter, but it's not. It is. It's supposed to be Twitter. Yeah. But it's not to the level, obviously, of Twitter.
Well, no, because it doesn't have enough people yet and all this other stuff. Yeah.
But I will say it has been so interesting because, of course, it immediately like connects you to everyone you follow on Instagram, because whether you immediately follow them or not, but they clearly show up in your feed because they're like, well, you follow them on Instagram. So like you clearly like them. And so far, at least maybe just the people I follow, it has been such like a funny, positive thing, because it's all the people who already follow each other on Instagram going over here to just basically like mini chat situations. Mm-hmm. And it's just very interesting. I've literally posted like one thing and I don't even go on it daily, so I'm not like up to date on it, but it has just been a very weird setting.
I'm not gonna make any new accounts.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, I had made a Twitter way back.
Yeah.
Never used it. Got rid of it. Then when I was doing the whole like streaming gaming stuff, it's like I should get back on Twitter because it's like the best way to make connections. And again, now that has basically gone to shit and like doesn't do any of that. And like I'm not putting in enough energy, I'm sure, is part of the issue. But like also like I just like it's just a shithole. It's a cesspool. And so I'm literally like, I'm fucking saluting as the ship goes down. And like, I'm not jumping onto the lifeboat like that is Threads or Blue Sky or whatever. Yeah. I just don't have the energy or care. And so as soon as I'm no longer on Twitter, I will no longer be on any social media, basically.
What will be your new form of entertainment?
What do you mean?
I don't know.
I just play video games.
That's true, but I guess like
oh no, I don't doom scroll on something anymore. Like that's literally like I don't know, maybe the only thing I could see finally jumping onto would potentially be like a TikTok. Mm-hmm. Or if who knows when it'll be. I really don't think Twitter's gonna actually go down.
I don't either.
But if it were to happen, as some people think, I don't think it will, but there's obviously so many issues, and if it were to, I don't care. I'm done then. You can find me on Twitch still, and that's it.
Yeah. No, I get that.
Like and even Twitch sucks, so apparently.
Yeah.
So same deal. Like, I can't be found on Twitter. I'm never going to really be found on Twitch. And so...
Right.
I'll just keep streaming to my corner. And, like, that's it. Like literally everything I do is, like, to a brick wall, basically. And...
yeah.
It's pointless. Futile. So... these things that are meant to give you, like, meaningful human connection anymore just do a terrible job at that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny.
Yeah, it's quite the turnaround of everything.
But yeah, so I truly, like, I know that doesn't really answer the question of, like, if social media were to end, but, like, if Twitter ended, that would effectively end social media for me,
right.
and that would be a good thing.
Right. Yeah. Sometimes I really go back and forth on just, like, do I even...
Yeah, but, like, that's the problem, because, like, you need to some extent to, like, like, you as a creative especially, like, you have to find ways to make connections then. So if you're not doing it through social media...
yeah.
Fucking, like, literally, it's the whole thing of, like, dating isn't really a thing anymore unless you get an app to do it. And, like, that's fucking insane.
Yeah.
Right? Like, using it as, like, a, like, using it as, like, a helper in certain ways, like, great. But when it's the sole means of doing something, it's just like, how did we... what the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yep.
And again, social media can be so great because you can be connected to people anywhere and everywhere if it is executed properly.
Right. It felt like it was supposed to expand your reach, and now it's become the only thing that works. Well, not even works. The only thing that, like, I don't even know is there. But yeah. The wild, wild west of social media. That was it. Sorry, I raised your blood pressure.
It's all right. Hey, same time next week?
Same time next week. Maybe we'll try to be positive. It's really hard to do that.
Okay.
All right, see you next week.